constant battle between a little bit of white and a small area of aquamarine. You know, that's constant.
Very astute observation.
Thank you so much. I have spent years going from masterpiece to masterpiece in great loneliness and isolation. For myself, without the presence of art, I think I would shrivel up and blow away like a dead cicada.
And I would dry up like an emerald ash borer without art in my life.
I'm not an artist. In fact, I hate that word, artist. I draw pictures. I make a living drawing pictures. Sometimes I pretend I'm a surgeon, plastic surgeon with paint. I've lived here for 3 years. I've learned how to survive doing what I do. But I can only go so far here. And I want to be published in something that's nationally significant. And that does not exist here.
Now, Mr. Beauregard,
Yes.
being from the South,
Yes.
what elements of these photographs do you identify? Do you see anything Southern in them, or do you think this is something more Northern from perhaps Minnesota?
Well, I of course noticed the perfection of her dental work, which certainly implies a certain prosperity. I don't find it to be either Southern or Northern. I see her as a kind of a pensive American icon. Now, what do you see in this picture, my dear?
What I see is the realism and the in the moment and the emotion coming from the pictures and the people
Well,
in
yes,
the
of
pictures.
course. I personally detest realism in all its forms. It's simply too harsh, and I find the light here is somewhat harsh as well. And yet, you're very drawn to this realism. I'm curious why.
Well, maybe it's living in Minnesota where we have the extremes of climate and temperature,
Oh, my
and
goodness, you
realism
certainly
smacks you in the face this time of the year.
This is a great place to start out. You know, it's a great place to learn and work among lightweight competition. But if you're ambitious at all, you're going to want to move somewhere else at some point. You know, you can tell by looking at, look at the magazines that are published here, the city magazines and stuff. It's all copiers. They copy guys like Levine out of Esquire, you know, Newsweek, Time. It's not original. I mean, let's face it, the place is provincial.
Up here, the harshness of the climate seems to create a sort of stoicism that we would never tolerate where I live. And I'm sure that your gentlemen, in their own inimitable manner, are able to convey maybe 15 to 16% of the message that we Southerners can.
Mr. Beauregard, can you tell me why Southern gentlemen are so charming, genteel, and especially cultured?
Well, it is a combination of how we are raised and a certain degree of sincerity, I would say. My own gentility was practically beaten into me by my pappy. And at the same time, I have come by my own pathway to understand the power and the beauty of, shall we say, the sensitive man. The sensitive man sometimes dropping a single tear. Very, very attractive, I am told.
I don't have time to worry about conceptualizing art or worrying about my own space. I mean, I have responsibilities. What's the matter? Aren't you hungry, blood? I don't know. No, I'm like anyone else. I gotta pay bills. You know, I got mouths to feed. You know, I gotta go grocery shopping. I gotta take a driver license examination. I mean, I gotta make a living.
A woman of your prepossessing beauty and obvious charm, what is your love life like?
Well, I actually just started dating a new
Oh,
boyfriend,
my goodness.
and he's a supplier of lutefisk.
Oh, that dreadful fish that is made from lye.
Oh, I have access to an unlimited quantity of lutefisk whenever I want it.
Well, yes, and of course, that is your way.
Would lutefisk and a side of boiled potatoes ever appear on a southern table?
The very idea of eating fish drenched in industrial chemicals, I don't think we would partake, if you know what I mean.
I understand. Beauregard, a confession. I have no boyfriend, no lover. There's only the art, only the art.
The presentation of guests and opinions on this program does not indicate endorsement by the state DFL party or DFL Senate District 48.